Hey you guys, it's Rachel here with Senza Tempo Cane Corso with your little morning pup date. Oh, little baby girl. You got your eye booger? Do you want it? You got eye booger? You're a good girl. They like their eye boogers. It's the weirdest thing. So anyway, wanted to show you guys the puppies this morning. Oh gosh, it's so much better than last time, I swear. First time mamas, man, they need grace. If you're the child of a first time mother, give her some forgiveness and grace. So, as Cashmere is so much better now, so much better, so much more confident in herself. Yeah. So, here are our little sugar babies. I'll try to go through and give you guys a little bit of a view. Start off with this one here. I know, yeah, I know. So we've got, what do we got here? We got a little bit of white on the chest. Oh, this is one of the big guys. Yeah, a little bit of white. He's a boy, as you can see here. We'll let her do her thing. Usually when I pick them up, it's to help her, to let them go to the bathroom, because they, she's got a lot of them, and so sometimes when they cry, that's what that means, is that they need to go to the bathroom. So this one here looks to be solid black, from what I can tell. It's a boy. He's got some white on his toes here, a little bit of white, and beautiful little face. He's a big guy. There you go, Cashmere. I'll put him back for you. Here. You can clean him up. There you go. There you go. Put him right there. Okay. So, let's do the next one. Let's see. This is a girl. See here. A little bit of white on the chest. We got the white on the neck, which I love to see. Got some poop on her back. Hey, sugars, look at that face. Look at that face. Look at that face. Cutie patootie. Okay. My daughter's getting some shoes on. This one might be a brindle. I'm not sure. Looks probably like a brindle, though, from what I can tell by the color. So I'm looking close. You can see how there's like hints of brown. See here, the little hints of brown there? Sorry, I'm having trouble keeping this thing focused. I'm going to use my nose. But yeah, I'm thinking she may brindle out. I would say 50% chance that she's going to brindle out. Just judging off the brown. Oops, sorry, sugar. I'm sorry, sugar. Mama's got bad nails. Mama needs to cut her nails. Kisses. Kisses for the baby. So yeah, another little, so there's a female. And let's see, what do we got here? Oh, we got another big one. Alright, so this one, I'm going to say is, may brindle out, but I'm going to say higher likelihood it stays black. Oh, this is our firstborn. This is a big guy. So, more white on the chest than the others. White on the feet. Let me see here. Let me try to turn him around a little bit for you. Here we go. Yep, so white on the chest. Definitely a male. Look at that face. Look at that face. Cutie patootie. Yep, real pretty boy here. Nice fat tummy. Mama's feeding him good. He's got a little bit of poop on his back, so don't mind that. But that is a face, y'all. Look at that. Oh my God. That's a cutie right there. Cutie patootie. Oh my gosh. Here you go, Cashmere. Yep. You give him his kisses. Lick him up. Clean him up. Look at the white on the toes. He's going to be flashy. White on the feet. Here in Texas, we call that chrome. Especially on horses, we call it chrome. The white markings. Okay, so what we got here? We got somebody. Oh, Cashmere, careful. We got somebody eating. So let's take a look. Okay, this is. All right. Are you? Yes, this is our blue brindle puppy. Blue brindle male. There we go. So you can kind of see the coloration here, the striping. It's different than. Let me see if I can get kind of better, but they're so shiny it can be hard to see the color. But you'll kind of see this mottling. This mottling, is that the word? You can just see a hint of color change right there. Just some little bit white markings, lighter markings. Hey, cutie, I see you. And that's how we know that it's the brindle. Because they do have their puppy wrinkles, but they're starting to lose that now. This is a male, just so you see here. I don't know if you can see it, but I promise you it's a male. He's got some white on the chest. That's about it that I can see. Do you have a double tap? Oh, I know, hello. I know. Kisses. Kisses. Let me get your toes. Let me get your toes. Can I see your chest? Can I see your chest? No, not yet. No. Let me see you. No, it goes all the way up. I know. There you are, cutie patootie. Here's your mama. You kiss him, you lick him up, clean him up. There we go. So when I hear the puppies cry, I come over and I always pick them up and let her check them to see if they need to go to the bathroom. Because a lot of times that's what it is. So here we got another one. I'm going to take a wild guess and say this one's probably going to be black. Oh yeah. This is a nice solid black, jet black dog. It's glossy, glossy, glossy jet black dog. Very shiny. Do you see that coming up? Very shiny dog. Let's see here. Oh, we got a little brindle crying over here. This is a male. And we got some white on the chest. Are you a double tapper? Are you? Not quite sure yet, are you? Yeah. So, he's so adorable. I love him so much. He's a cutie. Little cutie. Alright, there you go. And let's see. We've got another blue here. This is a male. And we've got some white on the chest. Looks like a little triangle. Other than that, solid blue. Come here, sugars. Hi there. Hello. Hello. Does your mama want to clean you? Here you go, Cashmere. Clean him up. She's like, I don't know about that one. I think it's done. Yes, has a little bit of white on the toes. God. Oh, kisses. Okay, sorry. Everybody gets nose kisses in this house. All right. Next. All right, I got another blue here. Got some solid blue feet. No white on the feet there. Let's see. Let's turn you around, sugar butt. I know. Yes, I know. There you go. It's a boy. And we got a cool little circle on its chest. Yeah, I see you. I see you. You don't like being on your back? You don't like being on your back? I know. I know. That's a new feeling. Yeah, it's a very cool marking. Literally like a circle. Alrighty. There you go. There you go. There's another male. Blue male so far. It looks like all the blues are males, are they? Oh yeah, they are. All blue males. Alright, so There's another male. No blue females this time. Oh, look at that. Yep. A little double tap. Pretty good sized puppy here. Solid blue. I know. Let me see that face. Can I see your face? Can I see your face? Can I see your face? Kisses. Oh, cutie. Cutie. Yeah, I know. Sleepy face. Sleepy face. Anyway, here we go. Let's see what we got here. Oh, there's a female. Ooh. Okay. Let's see you. Looks solid black by the look of it. Nice head on her. Or him, not sure. Oh, yep, this is the midnight. Mwah, kisses. I gotta give him kisses. This is our midnight look-alike. Midnight 2.0 female. She even has the little little white markings on her feet. She got the one tiny little white mark here and on her neck. So we got the double tap. That's my little, that's my little thing. I think that it's what I look for in my dogs, the double tap part of my nightgown. So, can I see your beautiful face? Midnight 2.0. Can I see it? Look at you. Yeah, she's going to be, whoever gets you can be really lucky. Yes, they are. Yes, they are. You're a good girl. All right. And let's see what we got over here. Ooh, let me rock. What are you? You look to be, could possibly brindle out. I'm seeing a bit of a brown hue. Can you see that? Are you picking up on that? Can you see it there? See the, just some banding. A little bit of brown banding on the end. Usually that's an indicator of brindle. Look at that face. Look at her face. Hello. Yes. With that cute face. So, we'll take a look here and see. This is a male. And let's see your chest. Hey there, cutie. I know I got you. I know. Takes them a second to relax when they're on their back. But he's got it. I know, yeah. I know. Yeah, it has a double tap. I know, you're too cute. We got a little brindle male. And then last but not least, ooh, is this is by the look of it, another brindle, possibly. We're seeing, yep, seeing some banding. Yeah, definitely, especially by how black the head is. It's a good indicator when you have a really nice black head, but then you start to get some browning on the body. It's an indicator of a brindle. So let's turn you around. You're a female. I know, I got you. I know. Yeah, you know. Oh, I got you. Shh, 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 shh. Whoop, very interesting mark. She got a double tap. Interesting mark. Oh, where are you going? Where are you going? Here, I'll let you go back to eating. All right, so let me bring these guys back around because I put them in a bad spot for her. So that's the roundup. That's everybody. I feel like the Count Dracula over here, constantly counting. 1 puppy, 2 puppy, 3 puppy. It's always counting, making sure we've got all 11. Oh, there we go. So we got 1, 2, 3. All right, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. Okay, good. Oh, I swear to you guys, this is like, what's the number of the day? 11! So, when I was a kid, the Count was my favorite on Sesame Street, and I used to walk around the house counting stuff. 1 chair, 2 chair. Anyway, maybe it was the accent that I liked. I'm always messing around doing non-existent accents that exist nowhere in the world other than my own head. So, but I do enjoy it. So anyway, just wanted to, introduce you guys to them a little bit closer up. Everybody's doing really good. They tend to be pretty quiet. Cashmere's producing lots of good milk. And, where are you guys? Are you coming to see me? Are you coming to see me? Hello? Hello, I love you so much. I love you so much. I know, Cashmere. Here. Oh, you too. You go back over there with your mama. So that blue puppy over there is crying. And if he continues, then I'll take him over to Cashmere and let her clean him. Sometimes I'll clean him myself. All you have to do is take a little warm rag. If I had both hands, I would show you. Maybe later we'll do a live stream. And that way I can have my daughter help me. And I can show you guys how I do that. Very simple, very easy. But it is something you need to know how to do if you ever have a litter of puppies where the mom is not able to be 100%, then, and even if you just want to help out. Because, like, sometimes, Cashmere and I, we're a team. So we do this together. So she trusts me 100%. And, when puppies start crying, I start walking over. Like, she knows, she knows that I'm just as concerned about them as she is. And so to help her get some rest when she needs it, when she's able to get some, I try to come in and help out with relieving the puppies if I can. If they just need to go potty, I'll just help them out. That way she isn't, stuck having to help them constantly. And trying to think. I did have some people inquire about puppies. Unfortunately, we don't have any more availability on this litter. I technically do still have one spot open, but I am going to need to go through the applications I currently have. Also, I think there were people that were just waiting to see what colors I produced. People that I had previously approved, and they didn't place their deposits. And so unfortunately, if I had already approved you and you didn't place your deposit at that time, I can't just move you to the front of the line. If you don't place your deposit, then I have to move on to other people who have placed applications. And after I've gone through those, then I will be more than willing to give people an opportunity. But it really does, time is of the essence. I can't really help people that kind of sat back and waited and wanted to jump in at the last second. I understand why people do it. Believe me, I'm not judging, but I can't do that. It's not a good way for me to run a company, because when people see available spots, they think there's available spots. So I do have to give them the opportunity. So if you contact me, you need to make sure that you are at a time when you're actually looking to get a puppy and place a deposit, whether that be for this litter or a future litter. You really need to be willing to move, because if you're not, somebody else is. And I guarantee you that, anybody that I talk to is qualified, and I can be pretty strict. So, just keep that in mind. And, as far as, I've had some people inquire about breeding rights. So we do not offer breeding rights on our dogs, right off the bat. Even if you pay for breeding rights, you don't get them right off the bat. You have to have the dog health tested. We want to see their hips are done, their elbows are done, before we're going to even issue breeding rights. Now, if you've bought a dog from us with the intention of breeding, and we've approved you for that, and you've paid your full $2,500, all you have to do is, when that dog is 2 years of age, you get their OFA and you get their pen hip done. Those are the two required tests that we ask for. OFA does the hips and the elbows, and pen hip just does the hips. And we will need to see those results and make sure that they're passing. As long as they are passing, we will issue you your AKC or ICCF breeding rights. And that will allow you to do that. Now, after this litter, we are not going to be offering just plain old breeding rights. We will be doing what is called a co-ownership. And so it allows you to breed the dog under strict conditions. And I'll tell you why. A lot of people in this community will only sell breeding rights to a person who's going to show a dog. And while I don't necessarily agree with that, I do agree with being very limited as to who we offer breeding rights to. And the reason for that is because we do not want this breed to end up like the pit bull. When I was breeding the pit bull, you know, they were just on the verge, right on the doorstep of becoming overpopulated. And it had to do with the bully dog revolution. And so I watched a breed that I love very much, contrary to what some people may think on my dog park videos, go from being a, you know, the same price of dog as this to people, you know, having to, you know, basically give their dogs away at like $600 because everybody had puppies. You know, it's like, why spend $1,200 on your litter when another guy down the road is selling his for $600? Because he doesn't care, right? He's just going to undercut everybody because he just needs to sell off his dogs. So, you know, I don't ever want to see that happen to these guys. Not ever. I don't want to be a part of it. If other people choose to do it with their lines, they can do that, but they won't be mine. And I will not be allowing my dogs to breed to those kinds of dogs. I'm going to be very strict. And it isn't about judging other people. It's about protecting the breed and about protecting the lines from people that don't have good intentions. They just want to make money. They just want attention. And they don't care about the dogs or how they live or what their lives are going to be like. And I do. So I am going to be tightening down my restrictions in that regard. You know, I don't want to have a guilty conscience. I don't want to have anything on my shoulders as far as me in any way contributing to these dogs becoming overpopulated and in shelters. I just don't. And that happens when you get a bunch of people wanting to breed all at once and people that have no business breeding, you know, and that's just the truth of it. When people ask me to breed, I'm very clear with them. I ask them, why do you want to breed? And when people tell me things like, oh, I just love the breed, I just like the way they look, I just roll my eyes, because that's not a reason to breed. That's a reason to own a dog. That's a reason to maybe want to look into, you know, getting a breed. But that is not a reason to actually breed a dog. And you need to have a lot more, you know, a lot more on your mind as far as goals than just breeding because you like the way a dog looks. It's just not the way that we do it. It's not what's going to create good dogs, period. So, like I said, I don't want to be responsible for that, so I'm going to be tightening it down. Literally a bunch of people who have contacted me for dogs want to breed them, and I'm not the one, man. You're going to have to go to somebody else. I guarantee you there are people that will sell you dogs, and that frustrates me a lot, but it won't be me. It's not going to be these lines. So I don't ever want to see my dog, one of my puppies, in a breeding program of, and I won't mention any names, but they're even on YouTube, of the kinds of people that breed these really, you know, fat dogs, and they breed them to be, you know, aggressive, and they leave them in their kennels, and they only bring them out to bite on sleeves, and then they put them back up, and they, you know, talk like gangsters next to them, and they, you know, take these pictures where they try to look like a thug, and like, no, don't even contact me. I'll hang up on you, straight up. I've got no patience for it. These are my family. They mattered as much to me as my child, or at least close. You know what I mean? Like, it's, I don't have very, you know, I haven't talked much about my life, but I don't have the strongest of family bonds as most people do, and I certainly don't have a typical family. And my daughter is, you know, means the world to me. But we're a small family, right? We're definitely a small family. So, you know, I know the value of loyalty and true unconditional love. And that's what dogs give us. I know what it feels like to not have a family to rely on. And I will not betray these little babies. Not ever. Nor will I, you know, betray their offspring or my girl Cashmere. Like, these are our children, and I'm not just going to let them go to anyone, and I'm not going to let anyone breed them. It is hard work breeding dogs, and if you don't have the money, it can be a disaster, you know. I saw a guy who bred his dog recently who had a GoFundMe account trying to fix her cherry eye. And it's like, it wasn't even cherry eye. It was something else, some other eye thing. But the truth of it is, if you can't afford that surgery, you cannot afford to breed dogs. Because if you need a cesarean, you can't afford it. And you have no business getting up on a GoFundMe and asking people for help when you shouldn't have been doing that in the first place. You know, leave it to the professionals, right? Like, it's just because you can breed puppies doesn't mean you should. I don't see everybody out there trying to become a horse breeder or cow breeder. Like relax, folks. You know, just own the dog, love the dog, and leave the breeding to people who are professionals. It just, you know, if every single person contacts me and wants to breed, I mean, do you have any idea how many puppies that's going to be, y'all? It's not good. So I'm not willing to do that. Like, I'm not willing to do it. And it's unnecessary. So I'm not gonna, you know, the people that only let people who show, breed, they're doing their best to eliminate people who don't have good intentions. At least if you're showing, you are around, people who are health testing and are breeding for structure. Now, whether or not everyone agrees on that or not is totally different. As you guys know, I'm not a fan of most dog shows. There's a lot of politics involved, and not always good structure. But in this particular breed, that hasn't quite happened yet. There are still a lot of people that are fighting for these dogs to maintain their authenticity and their correct structure. And so it is a good place to at least start. You know, there are some good people that will be able to tell you, you know, give you hints and what like that as to what you should be breeding or whatever. It's a start. So, you know, just keep that in mind. I'm looking for pet homes. I'm looking for people who just want to have a loving animal in their home that will help protect their family and that they're willing to do training on. I'm not looking to supply you with your future breeding stock, okay? Does it make me seem hypocritical? Absolutely. Yes, it does, because I'm a breeder and I'm sitting here telling you that I don't want you breeding. I fully accept that and understand it. And I understand why you feel that way or may feel that way, because I also have felt that way. But now, sitting here in this position, with all these people contacting me for breeding rights, I can look at this situation from an outside perspective and realize there has got to be someone saying no. There's got to be. Otherwise, this is going to be the future bully dog. And I'm sorry, but I don't want to see that happen. I love these animals. I have their best interest at heart, and I'm not willing to compromise. And I don't care about the money. Yes, I could make $2,500 for every single dog I sell with breeding rights versus $1,700 for a pet, but I don't want that on my conscience. I'd much rather take the $1,700 and rehome the dog into a pet home than I ever would to sell to a breeder. I'm just, you know, just not going to. There are very few breeders that I personally think should be breeding. There are very few. A lot of people are in it for the wrong reasons. So I don't want to contribute to that. I hope that, you know, that people can understand that understand the responsibility that I feel that I have. But it is the way it is. So I don't mind. I had a woman ask me recently if I wouldn't mind mentoring her. So in the future going forward, if I do offer breeding rights, it will be on a co-ownership basis, and it will be more of a mentorship of me basically saying, if you want to breed these puppies, these lines that I have, then you're going to need to be willing to follow along with my program. And if that's a problem, I guarantee you there's lots of people that will sell you dogs, even with breeding rights out there, but they're not going to be mine. And they may not even look like mine. But if you like the way my dogs look, then you need to trust the fact that I know what I'm doing. And so you should be willing to listen to what I have to say and take my advice, and be willing to work with me to create and maintain good lines. So, I'm not looking for somebody to take these dogs and try to do their own thing. I had a guy who used to breed bully dogs, and I asked him, I said, when he asked me if he could breed them, he was looking for breeding rights. And I asked him, well, what do you like about the Cane Corso? What are you looking for in a dog? Or what would you like to breed? And he basically described a bully dog. And I told him, I said, look, if you're looking for that, why don't you just stick to bully dogs? Because that's not what these are. These are not supposed to be heavy, big, wide dogs. I will say eventually he came back to me and he kind of said that he agreed with what I had said, and that, he felt that he was wrong for initially saying that. But like I said, it's just one of those things, that it's, so many people just want to breed for looks, and they don't recognize that it's so much more than that. And they don't recognize that there's got to be balance. Like everybody, they see two big, huge dogs and they're like, oh yeah, I want to breed these big, two huge dogs together, not realizing that, that's how you get bully dogs. You get that extreme where the elbows are out and the chest is so wide, like the chest is like 3 times as wide as the hips. And that's what you get when you keep breeding extreme to extreme. You're supposed to breed for balance. And that's not something that comes naturally to most people. So, I'm not going to participate in it. It won't be me. I'm not going to be blamed for making, for helping to create overpopulation. Just not going to do it. So some people will say that breeding in general contributes to overpopulation. I don't believe that. I've seen it firsthand. And I know how it works. And the way that you prevent it is by not giving breeding rights to every single, person that asks for it. It has to be maintained and cultivated to ensure that the people that are breeding quality animals. So that's my statement on that. I hope that you guys can respect that and understand why I feel that way. If you've bought a dog from me already, you already know this. It's in your contract. There's no dog that I sell that is to be bred without being health tested. If I find out that a dog has been bred against our contract, meaning that you did not get the health tested, you didn't come to us, then we do have the right to confiscate the dog with no compensation made, and I will do that. Make no mistake about it, I will. I'm not playing around here. It is very serious to me. So, I saw what happened to those dogs. If you have any question, go look at the exotic bully dogs. Look at how horrible those dogs are. Look at all of them in the shelter. I mean, it's just, when something becomes common, it loses its value, right? Anything that has high value is based on scarcity. So when every single person that contacts me wants to breed, and it's like, well, then all of them have litters, and then it doesn't take very long, right? So anyway, so it won't be me. Like I said, I'm not the one. I'm not going to contribute to that. And if you think you want to breed, why don't you second guess that? Like literally, you need to, it is so much more than just wanting to breed. That should be the last reason why. Like, when I look at dogs, I love the form and the function of the animal. I don't know if you ever noticed, but when I see my dogs stacked up looking good, like I always zoom in on it. I look like it's not the head that I'm focused on. It's the body. It's the structure of the dog. I love a good structured animal, and it doesn't even have to do with breed. People that know me know that I have, there are people that breed working dogs of no genetic purity that I just adore and I love, strictly based on the fact that they have excellent working structure. So, you know, that's what matters to me, and that's what has to matter to you. You have to love to see structure in action. That should be what you're breeding for. Not the look of a breed, not the head, not the width. You know, that none of that matters. It's the function of the animal. You want to breed working animals. That's what I'm in it for. And I will always be in it for that. And that's what you should be in it for if you're in it at all. So, you know, I don't ever want somebody to call me and be like, yeah, I want to breed because I like the way your dogs look. No, that's not a reason to breed. You know, I mean, would you say that about children? Yeah, I want to have kids because I like the way kids look. I like the way your baby looks, so I want to have kids now too. No. Yeah, yeah, exactly. I like the way you look, so I want to have a baby with you. That's not the way it works. Like, seriously, no. I'm not going to do it, man. Yeah. So, exactly. You have to be ready for the 13-year-olds and all the consequences that come of that. Not of 13-year-olds, but of breeding, you know? Like, it's just, there's so many people that are not in it for the right reasons, and then they do dumb stuff, and they get overwhelmed, and they screw people over, and I just, no, man. I'm not going to do it. Not me. I don't want to be the one. I'm not going to. I had literally like 20 more applications than I can even get to, like 20-something applications in one day from that live stream. And we get them on a regular basis anyway. And on top of it, my friend Samantha, who also breeds, said that she had like 4 people contact her the day that my puppies were born, looking for puppies. So it's just like, I get the fact that people like the dogs, but liking the dogs and wanting one does not mean you need to breed it, right? It just doesn't. So, anyway, sorry for the rant, but I want to be very clear with people on this. I feel very passionate about it. I have like I said, people that have watched my other videos know that I quit breeding at one point because there were way too many people breeding, and there weren't enough people that could tell quality. So everybody's breeding, but everybody wants these bully dogs with no care at all that the structure was off on them, because they don't even understand structure in the first place. And try as I may to educate people and tell people, actually, you really don't want that. They didn't listen. They didn't care. They wanted that brand name. Might as well be a Chanel purse. You know what I'm saying? Like, I want that Gotti line. I want that Razor's Edge. Like, who cares what you want? You know, like, it doesn't, those aren't quality dogs. Sorry, but they're not. It's a name. And if all you care about is a name, then why are you breeding? Like, that's not what breeding is supposed to be about. It's not supposed to be about a name. So this is not a clothing line, right? These are living bodies, you know, little souls with lives to live. And every time you produce a litter, you're responsible for the lives that those puppies live. Hey there, sorry guys, the video cut off earlier. I reached my maximum time. Sorry. So I just, like I said, wanted to reiterate that, you know, what I said. I don't want to be responsible. I don't want to have a guilty conscience. I love these little babies, like I would my own child, and I'm just, I don't want to be responsible for them having a bad life or any of their children having a bad life. So I am not a breeder looking to supply other breeders with stock. If I know you as a breeder, and if I've spoken to you, and, you know, then that's a totally different story. It's probably because we share the same morals and the same, you know, and the same ideas. And I am willing to work with people like that. You know, I'm willing to do co-ownerships. I've got a breeder that we actually studded Preacher out to, a female, before, and he and I have talked, and his wife and I have talked, and you know, they have the same ideas that I do. And so it's people like that that I will work with. And they don't just sell breeding rights to anybody either. And it's because we want to maintain and preserve what we've got here. So please respect that. And if you do want to breed, then, you know, earn it, right? Like, do your research, do your work, impress me. Okay? Impress me. Because it's not impossible, but I want to make sure that you're going to be breeding good quality dogs and giving them good quality homes. And if I trust that, if I feel confident in that, that you're not just going to do this for money or for fame, then I am willing to work with people. But I'm very, very strict. So make no mistake about it. This is, you know, if I see you out there with your pictures, your gangster pictures, and you used to breed bully dogs, and, you know, and you're got all these non-functional dogs around you, and you're proud of this fat dog in front of you. Sorry, but I got nothing to say to you, man. Like, nothing to say to you other than no, you're not getting one of my dogs. So, anyway, sorry, it's a rant, I know, but I've had so many people contact me recently, and it's frustrating, and I need to just get this out. So, hope that you guys understand the responsibility that I have here, and that you guys don't, you know, don't think I'm just a horrible person for it. So, but either way, I'm going to do what I'm going to do. So no matter how anybody feels about it. But, you know, that's just where we're at. So I hope you guys have a great week. I'm going to sit here and love on these little babies. My little children. Oh my God, I love them. They're sweet little souls.
Sweet little babies.
Sweet little babies.
Oh, they're just so very cute.
This brings me so much joy.
Is it a brindle?
Yeah. So much joy. The thought of anything ever bad happening to them, I tell you, I would fight straight up. If I thought you were hurting my dog, I would break into your house and take it back. I'm not joking. You don't want to mess with me. Go somewhere else. I'm not worth the trouble, I promise you. So treat these pups right, or there will be consequences. So I take it very seriously. And I will tell you, I've done that before. I sold a dog to a guy one time, and he wasn't feeding the dog. And I found out about it, and I literally went over there and I took the dog. It fit through one panel of a fence, of a wooden fence. And the guy called the cops on me. Cops came to the house. I showed them the dog, and I gave him his money back. They were like, well, you can't just take him back. And because we had a contract, but I would have needed to have taken him to court. But the dog was so skinny that I didn't feel that I had any, I wasn't going to wait. And so, anyway, so I gave him his money back. And the cop, and that was it. And I found the dog a better home. So I'm a little bit crazy when it comes to taking care of these babies. I'm not going to tolerate anybody treating them with anything other than the best care. So if I see that somebody's starving one of my dogs, best believe that hell or high water, I'm coming to get that dog.
Or overfeeding him.
So overfeeding him, I work with people on. I mean, that's just a tough one. I've had a couple people that I've had to talk to a little bit about it. Everybody, from what I saw, they got their weight back down. It can be hard to tell the correct weight on these pups. So, you know, it has to be a real form of abuse. You know what I'm saying? Like, starving a dog is abuse. So, and I won't tolerate it. I'm not going to sit back and watch. I don't care about policies and red tape. I'll deal with the consequences, but I will come get that dog. Promise you.
The guy from that movie, I will find you.
Yes, exactly, yes. I made my daughter watch Taken because she's 13 and, you know, she's getting ideas or whatever. And I made her watch Taken. We've been laughing about that. I will find you. I will hunt you down. And yes, that's me. You hurt my babies, and I will find you, and I will hunt you down, and I will take my baby back. And I might even film it and put it on YouTube. So, yeah. So, but yeah, I mean, make no mistake about it. I'm not one to follow the rules. If I think you're hurting my dog, I'll be at your door. I don't care how far away you live. I will be at your door. So, I mean, luckily, everybody that I've talked to, don't think that I will have to even go that far with anybody that I've talked to, but you never know. People, you know, can come off certain ways on the phone. I try to do my research. I look up people's Facebook accounts when they have them. I will look up your address. I've had some people try to tell me they own homes. In reality, they live in an apartment complex. So, you know.
We do check on Google Maps.
Yeah, we check, man. We check. I will, and I will check on the ownership of the house too. Like, I will literally look. So, it's not worth it. Don't try to mess with me. You don't want it. Seriously, you don't want to mess with me. Go somewhere. They're a lot easier people to deal with than me. So I'm warning you now. I'm great if you're going to do the right thing. If you're going to love the dogs, you're going to treat them right, and you're going to be honest, you'll be hard-pressed to find a better and more supportive breeder that will be there for you no matter what. But if you think for a second that you're going to pull one on me, or that you're going to treat these dogs wrong, buddy, let me tell you something. I'm just as tough as my dogs. I don't quit. So you will not win. I will get the dog back, and it won't be worth it. So don't mess with my babies. Just straight up, don't mess with my babies. Okay.
None of her babies, her children or her babies.
Yeah,
Little
exactly.
babies in her.
Yeah, exactly. I am a grizzly bear when it comes to my babies. Make no mistake about it. I don't care what the laws, rules, whatever are. It's the law of nature as far as I'm concerned. And that's the only law that matters. And I will step in. I'll do whatever it takes, and I'll deal with the consequences.
Your mama grizzly.
But they're my responsibility, and I'll do whatever it takes to take care of them.
Look at you, Mr. Chubby.
So just a heads up on that, y'all. Sorry, it's a rant, I know, and it's a super long video. If you made it through to the end, congratulations. And why don't you leave the name or the word? She's making go to the bathroom. Yeah.
Yeah, because you started to pee on me.
Yeah. Yeah. Leave the comment, Mama Bear. Hashtag Mama Bear. If you made it to the end, okay? All right. Well, y'all enjoy your day, and I'll talk at you later. Bye.